Few know of the kingdom to the east, far across the seas, whose name lies all but forgotten among the ruins that dot its shores. Fewer still know of its foolish young ruler, whose love-struck heart was doomed to destroy it. Now a grave threat to all, that man's name was, and is, Viego. Yo, what's going on? And welcome back to the quick rundown where we do rundowns on everything from the league lore to the league patch notes to anything league related. In this video, we'll be going over the champion lore of Viego, the Ruined King. This man is connected to almost every Shadow Elf character in the lore, and is the sole reason why the Shadow Elves even exist in the lore, because as you will see later on, there's a reason why love is known as the most powerful weapon to wield. Now with the intro out of the way, let's get to the rundown. The second son of a dynastic king, Viego was never intended to lead. Instead, he lived a life of comfort that made him complacent and selfish. Yet, when his older brother died unexpectedly, Viego, who possessed neither the inclination nor the aptitude for rulership, suddenly found himself crowned. Ever since he was crowned as king, Viego never had any interest in the position or even leading a kingdom in the first place. Well, that's before he met a poor seamstress named Isolde. So taken was he by her beauty that the young king offered her his hand in marriage, and thus, one of the most powerful rulers of the age was wed to a peasant girl. Now with his new love in his life, he went from being selfish and rarely finding any interest in others, now devoting his life to his wife. He almost never went anywhere without Isolde, always lavishing gifts upon his queen, and its attention could seldom be broken when she was present. Everyone around him absolutely hated the way that Viego was, and failed to interest him in governing matters or even leading the kingdom. This is where everything starts to go to shit. Viego's allies fumed, unable to interest him in governance, and with the nation beginning to unravel under his questionable rulership, some plotted in secret to end their new king's reign before it had even begun. His nation's enemies, meanwhile, saw an opportunity to strike, and the vipers began to circle. Thus did an assassin's poisoned dagger one day come for Viego, but the king was well defended, and the dagger did not strike true, instead grazing Isolde. The toxin worked quickly, and Isolde fell into a ruinous torpor, while Viego could only watch in horror as his wife's condition grew even more serious. Overwhelmed with fury and despair, he spent every last coin within his coffers trying to save her. But it was all for naught. Isolde perished in her bed, and Viego was consumed by madness. Viego spent working day and night to have his queen brought back to him, but it wasn't until Callista found the Blessed Isles, where the waters of life were inhabited. With this information, Callista was convinced by Hecarim, who was the army's head at the time, to lead them to the Blessed Isles to see these waters. Once they arrived at the Blessed Isles, Viego ordered his army to slaughter anyone who got in his way in order to get to the waters of life. With his great army, he stormed the peaceful country by force, slaughtering everyone who stood in his way until he at last breached its inner sanctum and let his wife drift beneath the blessed water. She would return to him no matter the destruction he wrought, no matter the cost. And just for one moment, she did. Isolde arose a horrifying wraith of shadow and rage, and in her pain, her anger, her confusion at being ripped from death, she took Viego's own enchanted blade and thrust it through his heart. The magic of the waters and the ancient sword clashed, and the chamber's energy erupted, tearing across the aisles and trapping everything it touched and tortured, conscious undead. With all this happening, Viego remembered nothing. His country crumbled, great nations rose and fell, and in time, his name was forgotten, until 1,000 years later, the great Viego stood once more, and this time, he wouldn't fail. His mind twisted by the same dangerous obsession he possessed in life, Viego's unflinching, deranged love fuels his every action, his every desire, his every atrocity. The deadly black mist pours freely from Viego's broken heart, ripping the life from everything it touches, and he uses the mist to scour the world for some way to return Isolde to his side. Legions will fall before him only to rise again in his service. Continents will be swallowed by living darkness, and the world will pay for every moment of happiness it stole from the ancient ruler laid low by all-consuming love. He cares not for the destruction he causes, so long as he can see Isolde's face again. His reign is terror. His love is eternal, and until Isolde returns to him, all will fall before the ruined king. And that's about it for this video. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Hope you guys all learned something about Viego's lore. And to everyone who didn't know Viego's lore and knew the other people's lore, like Hecarim and Callista and other Shadow Elves lore, this is the king that they talk about. This is the king that Callista had to show the Blessed Isles to, and Hecarim had to go to Blessed Isles. This is the same story. This is why I mentioned it's not in Viego's lore. I just connected Hecarim and Callista's lore, and that's why I mentioned the lore that, or in this video, that Callista showed the king the Blessed Isles, because that's exactly what happened in lore. In Viego's lore, it says that he hears about the Blessed Isles, but who does he hear from? He hears it from Callista. So that's about it for his lore. I really liked his lore. It's really cool to see that they finally made the king a character, because in the other lore you always hear about the king and the Blessed Waters and his wife died, and now you can finally see who the king is. It's Viego, and he is the Ruined King, you know. And in the game, Ruined King, you see it happen. I'll probably have it in the video somewhere, like, just background some talking. The interest of the game, because the interest of the game is exactly what happens in the lore. He puts her in the water, she comes up, kills him, and he becomes the Ruined King. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and comment anything you guys want me to see, give a rundown next. And comment any feedback on the video, like if my mic is bad or whatever. Anything helps. I just want to know that I'm making good videos, and the likes on the videos make me know, or help me know, that you guys are liking the content coming on this channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time.